make a zombie movie out of any fucking location on the planet. Seriously, you want to make a zombie flick? Well, all you have to do is just name the movie after whatever locale the movie takes place, and then just add "of the dead" after it. Or, if you're feeling really rebellious, you can even extend it to "of the living dead." How else could you explain Flight of the Living Dead, Prison of the Dead, or fucking Hood of the Living Dead? I even saw a movie once called Garden of the Dead, where a group of prisoners on a chain gang huff formaldehyde and turn into zombies. And even that doesn't seem like too much of a stretch when compared to this 1991 effort called Nudist Colony of the Dead. Because when I see walking, rotting corpses, I immediately ask myself, I wonder what their tits look like. Here's a movie that sets the right tone at the very beginning, because it can't even get a joke right before we see any of the actors. The audience is squinting. I get it, like the surround sound ad, the audience is listening. Why would they be squinting because of the surround sound? The audience is deaf slit by you? Or does that punchline make too much fucking sense? We open with the members of the Sunny Buttocks Nudist Colony appearing fully nude in a courtroom as they try to save their land from a group of angry Christian prudes. Jesus, I haven't seen a courtroom this angry and violent since The People versus the last season of Roseanne. What? Judge Reinhold? How did this movie fuck up the easiest courtroom joke since the invention of the term penal system? Ah! Is that what Playboy models look like before they're airbrushed? Christ. So the rosy cheeks, Sunny Buttocks Nudist Colony, ends up losing their land.
They're the ones who killed us!
Will you stop doing that? I'd rather go jerk off to a garbage bag filled with maggots and naked photos of Margaret Thatcher. The old lady here with the tit anvils is Mrs. Droople. You know, like droopy tits. Good thing the movie takes place when she's 100 years old, because if she was younger, the joke wouldn't have made any sense. But it still would have been fucking stupid. Rather than give up their land to the God Warriors, the nudists decide to kill themselves and vow that if anyone with any kind of religious affiliation sets foot on their land, they shall rise again from the grave. But not before this kicking opening credit sequence. Nudist Colony of the Dead. Isn't that a little much for this movie? Besides, that opening credit sequence looks a little familiar. Like it should belong in a much better movie. Help me out, Oingo Boingo. What's this now? Written? Rewritten? Well, at least they're being honest. Of course, once you take a shit and stick it back up your ass and shit again, it still isn't gonna taste good on a cracker. Years go by, and the church reverend plans on sending a group of students to the former nudist camp for a Bible retreat. Should be okay, I guess. It's no longer the Sunny Buttocks Nudist Colony. What's it called now?
Question, Mr. McRatchis?
Are you aware that Camp Cut Your Guts Out was once a nudist colony?
Really? That's as fucking obvious as the apocalypse. What, decided not to go with Camp This Is a Horror Film? We then meet Shelley, a troubled teenager whose mother is forcing her to go to the Bible retreat. Think that's enough crucifixes there, lady? What the hell? Is she going to a Bible retreat or the most graphic reenactment of The Exorcist ever made? Alright, so let's just get this horror film underway.
20 kids on a quest to be good. God's gonna show us the way. We'd like to get high and have sex if we could every single day. You may think that we have...
What? A sing-along?
But we would rather touch pee-pees than study our math.
That's a sing-along, alright. Some horror flicks have teens smoking pot before they get to their destination. Some have them picking up hitchhikers. This one has a sing-along. God damn it. Stop. Alright, I guess it is a little catchy.
God's gonna show us, God's gonna show us,
God's gonna show us.
God's gonna show us the way.
Now let's get on with this fucking thing. Once the group arrives at the Bible retreat, the park ranger is there to tell them all about the spooky and haunted nature of the camp's past. Yeah, like we haven't seen this scene 1,000 times before.
What exactly have you seen?
It happened one night about 2 years ago. I heard a noise outside my door.
Oh no, what the fuck is going on here? The rap?
I opened the door and what does I see? A bloody old head staring back up at me.
It's a musical. Nudist Colony of the Dead is a fucking musical. Well, it's nice of them to let us know that 20 minutes into the goddamn movie. Great, just great. It couldn't have been easy enough for this to be a short little zombie movie. Now that everyone is going to break into song after every question, it's going to tack another half hour onto this piece of shit. And by the way, why did these people even ask him about the history of the camp? They're singing the lyrics with him. Clearly they know the story. Well, at least this song knows how to rhyme, which is more than I can say about some other parts of the movie.
3 fries for Bob. I smell the blood of a Bible thumper.
And oftentimes the lighting just doesn't look right. Sometimes it looks like standard bad lighting. Other times it looks like it was filmed in Gacy's crawl space. Of course, who am I to criticize something for bad lighting? We get to meet some other members of the retreat as the movie goes on. And yes, they're all annoying, but in completely different ways. Some characters make you want to pull your hair out of the top of your head, and others from the side.
The Bible says beauty is only skin deep, but ugliness goes straight to thy bone. Romans chapter 4, verse 21, Oxy 5.
That is this character's running gag, spouting questionable Bible quotes with fake verse numbers.
The Bible says, cast ye not stones, lest ye be stoned. Luke chapter 5, verse 3, Seagram's 7.
Go ahead, just throw in a Rocky reference, you know you want to.
The Bible says, he who turneth the other cheek needeth more toilet paper. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 9, Rocky 4.
I wish the Bibles had the Rocky movies in it. Then at least I wouldn't be here watching this fucking movie. I'd be at my local church listening to Monsignor T. Let's look at some other characters here.
Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm Fanny White.
Fanny Wipe? How does that name fit into this movie? This character here is named Billy McRighteous. It's stupid, yes, but it makes sense for the character to have that stupid name in this movie. Like if one of your nudists was named Barry Naked or something. But Fanny Wipe? You've unnecessarily equated your movie to feces. There's also the Asian guy, who is insanely stereotypical, but only when the script calls for it.
I don't want to hear any more tonight. Now you turn out all right and you go to sleep.
Christ, Piston Honda was more subtle than this.
Yeah, they just don't leave without a reason.
The nudists rise from the grave in order to kill off the church members, or just lightly tap their heads against the wall. When your horror film is at the half-hour point and it has more musical numbers than blood, that's not a good ratio. Speaking of music, is it that time again?
Look at this sky, look at this world, look at the boys, look at the girls.
Sneaky dinky doo dah morning.
Morning, 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 morning.
They really want to say spadoinkle, don't they? Either that or this movie's about to turn into Nathaniel the Grublet.
The air is fresh, brisk, and sweet. Why, I could even smell your feet. It's an inky-dinky-doo-dah morning.
Stop. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Morning, 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 doo-dah morning, doo-dah morning, morning. It's an inky-dinky-doo-dah morning, inky-dinky-doo-dah morning.
So that song is over with. Can we get to the fucking zombie nudists?
Oh, of course they have a song. Why wouldn't they? Wait a minute. Clothes? Clothes. The zombie nudists are wearing strategically placed leaves? How does that make sense? This isn't Garden of Eden of the Dead. This is Nudist Colony of the Dead, starring nudist zombies that aren't actually nude. Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of this stupid old lady suit that this actress has been wearing? The movie actually covers up its own fucking jokes. Also, I don't know why these teenagers are scared of these zombies anyway, because it seems like they can survive a whole lot. One guy even keeps going with his head chopped off. What the fuck, is this Citizen Toxie all of a sudden? Then later on, a guy gets cut in half, and his bottom half just runs away from the scene. Bad idea, genes indeed. All I'm saying is that death doesn't seem like the worst thing that could happen to these people. Except for Billy McRighteous, who gets his Bible shoved down his throat, as if he's in a Looney Tunes version of The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. Back to the music. A lot of the songs here just come and go for a few minutes, and that's it. But then there's other musical numbers which just seem like the drum solo from In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, their filler. Very, very long filler. There's a good 5+ minute tune here where the teens singing about their woes just slowly rock back and forth for what feels like an eternity. If there was some location, maybe the sequence could branch out a bit and be a little livelier. But no, it's all in the back of a van.
Christ, not even the Blues Brothers had this much blues. There are several music keys. Just pick one.
Then make ornaments from nuts.
Is there anything that will make the music in this movie stop?
I don't care if someone's...
Stop that! You're not going into a song while I'm here.
This is one of those movies that does not know where to end with the comic relief. You'd think that with the silly music, the prop humor, the guy with the catcher's mask, Billy McRighteous, and the smart-ass park ranger, I may be gone, but at least I's alive, you'd think that'd be enough. But they throw these two yokels in here as if every other actor in the movie is playing it dead serious, and they need these two to liven the mood.
You better remember where we left off, God damn it.
These characters should not be here for the whole movie. These are the characters that you decapitate with a meat cleaver while they're riding their motorcycles. Exactly!
With their monotone voices, non-jokes, and retarded facial expressions, these two get older quicker than Robin Williams and Jack.
Good night. Good night.
It's like they replaced Larry, Daryl, and Daryl from Newhart with two sun-baked pieces of dog shit. Well, at least this movie teaches us that even in heaven, there's still enough room for stereotypes.
Where are you one, stupid Nick?
I've been calling this movie a horror film a lot in this review, and really, it's not. It's a comedy. A musical comedy horror spoof.
This film was made by a guy named Mark Pirro, the man behind the Jim Hanks sex shenanigans flick, Buford's Beach Bunnies, plus the second Death Row Game Show movie from 1987 called, well, Death Row Game Show. There are a couple of lines in Nudist Colony of the Dead that garner a smirk.
This is a religious retreat, which has nothing to do with fun.
But for the most part, they just don't even make sense.
Things were going pretty swell when one of the ladies mentioned that he resembled Barry Manilow.
I'm sorry, am I living in some kind of world where women find Barry Manilow unattractive? Idiot. Wait until someone says you look like Hank Williams Jr., and then you can complain. Now shall we all collectively go find power drills in order to get these fucking songs out of our heads?
God's gonna show us the way.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty fucking good idea.